Here is a number that should stop you cold. 89%. That is the percentage of hiring managers who say they can identify an AI-written resume the moment they see it. Not sometimes, not roughly half the time. 89%. But that is not the number that kept researchers up at night. The number that kept them up at night was this. 77% of employees say AI added to their workload instead of reducing it. They were promised efficiency. They got a second job. Today, we are going to find out why. We are going to look at what the science actually says about AI in the workplace. Not the headlines, not the hype, the research. And by the end of this video, you will have a concrete method to test on yourself. A personal experiment you can run this week. No equipment, no budget. Just you, your work, and 15 minutes of honest observation. Most companies have a version of the same story. A senior leader presents the AI strategy to the team. The slides are clean. The projections are bold. Productivity will increase 40%. Efficiency will double. Costs will drop. Everyone nods. The rollout begins. 6 months later, the employees tell a very different story. Upwork's 2024 Research Institute surveyed 2,500 knowledge workers. The finding was blunt. 96% of executives expected AI to increase productivity, but 77% of employees reported the opposite. AI did not reduce their workload. It changed the shape of it. Here is why. When a company deploys AI, they do not redesign how work gets done. They add AI on top of the existing process. The result is that employees now perform 3 jobs at the same time. Their original work, managing the AI tools, and cleaning up the AI output. Stanford and BetterUp Labs gave this a name. They called it work slop. Low-quality AI output that requires human rework before it can be used. 41% of knowledge workers encountered it regularly. Each instance cost nearly 2 hours to correct. The executives see the tool launch, the dashboards, the adoption metrics. What they do not see is the invisible labor underneath. Now let us talk about something called automation bias. Automation bias is the tendency to trust a machine's output over your own judgment, even when your own judgment is correct. This is not a theory, it has been studied extensively. A 2025 systematic review analyzed 35 separate studies on this exact phenomenon. The results were striking. In one medical imaging study, the researchers brought in highly experienced radiologists. These were professionals with 15+ years of experience. People who had spent their careers making these exact kinds of assessments. When the AI system gave them a correct answer, their accuracy stayed high. But when the AI gave them a wrong answer, their accuracy dropped from 82% to 45%. They knew what they saw in that scan, but the machine said otherwise, and they doubted themselves. Think of it like this. Imagine you have 2 navigation tools, a compass and a GPS. The compass is simple, reliable, has worked for centuries. The GPS is sleek, confident, speaks in a calm, authoritative voice. If the GPS says turn left and the compass says turn right, most people turn left, even if the road ahead is a dead end. Automation bias is the human tendency to follow the GPS. And this is not limited to medicine. It is happening in hiring, in performance reviews, in project planning, in client-facing decisions. Every single time you defer to AI output without questioning it, your own professional judgment weakens slightly. Over weeks and months, that erosion becomes significant. Now, there is a third force at work, something that rarely gets discussed. It is called attention residue. Sophie Leroy at the University of Washington identified this in her research on task switching. The finding is this: every time you switch from one task to another, even for just 2 minutes, a fragment of that previous task stays active in your mind. It does not disappear cleanly, it lingers. And it takes an average of 23 minutes for your brain to fully return to deep focus after a switch. For knowledge workers using AI tools, this creates a serious problem. A 2024 productivity study tracked how often workers switch between their main tasks and AI tools throughout a workday. People who switch to AI every 15 minutes never reached a state of deep focus at any point during the entire day. Their average focus quality scored 4.2 out of 10. Now here is where it gets interesting. A second group in the same study used AI for the same total amount of time, but they batched all of their AI use into 3 short sessions throughout the day. Their focus quality scored 7.8. Same amount of AI, completely different cognitive experience. Think of your attention like water in a bowl. Every time you switch tasks, you tilt the bowl. The water sloshes around. It takes time to settle back to stillness. If you are tilting that bowl 47 times in a single workday, which is the documented average for knowledge workers, the water never actually settles. You never reach depth, not once. So here is where we shift gears. Everything I have covered so far is a problem, but problems without solutions are just anxiety. So I am going to give you something concrete, an experiment you can run on yourself this week. It is called the 1-week AI audit. It costs you nothing except honesty. 5 working days, 2 minutes at the end of each one, and it will show you something about your own habits that most people never bother to look at. Step 1. Set up your tracking sheet. Open a notebook or a document on your computer. Create 4 columns across the top. Task. Did I use AI? Did I think first? Did I check the output? Leave 5 rows beneath, 1 for each working day of the week. Step 2. Identify your 5 key tasks before the week begins. Write down the 5 things that take up the most of your working time. That might be writing emails, preparing reports, making decisions, responding to client queries. It does not matter what they are specifically. What matters is that you choose the tasks that define your work. Step 3. Run the experiment. Each day, each task, 3 questions. Did I use AI for this? If yes, did I think the problem through first, or did I go straight to the AI? And did I check what the AI gave me against my own knowledge, or did I just use it as it came? Step 4. At the end of the week, sort your tasks into 4 categories. Category 1, tasks you fully handed off to AI. Category 2, tasks where AI helped, but you made the final call. Category 3, tasks where you did the thinking and used AI only to check your work. Category 4, tasks you did entirely on your own. This structure comes from the MIT Four-Quadrant framework for AI delegation. And Harvard Business School researchers found something important when studying professionals who used it. People who consciously categorize their AI use, even briefly, maintain sharper judgment and stronger credibility over time. The act of asking the question is itself protective. Step 5. Now look at the gap, where your tasks ended up and where they should be. Routine, repeatable work, like formatting, scheduling, and summarizing, belongs in the delegation category. Strategic decisions and client-facing work belongs in the category where you lead. If those 2 categories are mixed up, you have found exactly where to start. Now, 3 mistakes show up again and again when people run this kind of audit. If you know them before you begin, you will avoid a full week of wasted effort. Mistake 1, treating every task as equal. The assumption that if AI can do something, it should. This is the most common error. Routine tasks genuinely benefit from AI delegation. The research supports this clearly, but strategic tasks do not. Flattening everything into one category removes the professional judgment that separates good work from average work. Mistake 2, being dishonest in the audit. The temptation is to fill in the sheet the way you wish you worked, not the way you actually work. Cognitive bias consistently makes people believe they are more intentional than they are. The entire point of this experiment is to see clearly, not to feel good about what you see. Mistake 3, believing that awareness alone will fix the problem. It will not. The automation bias research proves this directly. People who are explicitly told a system is unreliable still defer to it. Knowing is not enough. You need a rule, a specific daily constraint that changes how you interact with AI. Here is the one that works best according to the research. Before you open AI for any task, write down your own thinking first. 1 sentence. That is the minimum. That single habit outperformed every other intervention tested in workplace productivity studies. It keeps your judgment active. It gives you a baseline to compare against. And it takes 15 seconds. Here is what the science is actually telling us. AI is not making most people more productive yet. It is making them busier, more fragmented, and quietly less confident in their own ability to think independently. Not because the tools are poorly designed, because the tools are being used without any intention behind them. The experiment I gave you today is not about rejecting AI. It is about seeing the situation clearly. 5 days, 4 categories, 2 minutes each night. That is all it takes to understand where you actually stand. Run the audit this week. Look at the results without judgment. Then pick one task, one single task you will handle differently next week. That is where change starts. Not with a dramatic overhaul, with one informed decision. If this video shifted how you think about AI at work, subscribe to this channel. This is what we do here. We take the research that already exists, make it clear, and give you tools to act on it. Next episode, we look at something even more urgent. How AI is changing the way children think, and what parents can do about it. Do not miss that one.